Welcome to this exploration of the origins of one of the most pivotal figures in the history of Christianity, Saint Peter, the first Bishop of Rome. In this video, we will delve into the life of Peter, his journey from a humble fisherman to the leading apostle, and his eventual role as the first bishop of the city that would become the heart of the Christian faith. This is a story of faith, leadership, and divine appointment that shaped the future of the church. Simon, later known as Peter, was born in the small village of Bethsaida, on the northern shore of the Sea of Galilee. He was a fisherman by trade, a common and humble occupation in that region. Simon and his brother Andrew, along with their partners James and John, worked hard to support their families. But little did Simon know that his life was about to change in ways he could never have imagined. Simon was a man of the people, rugged, hard-working, and practical. He was not a scholar or a priest, but he possessed a fiery spirit and a deep sense of loyalty. It was these qualities that would soon draw the attention of Jesus of Nazareth. One day, as Simon was tending to his nets, Jesus approached him. This was no ordinary encounter. It was a moment that would forever alter Simon's destiny. Jesus called out to him, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Without hesitation, Simon, along with his brother Andrew, left everything behind and followed Jesus. This was the beginning of a journey that would lead Simon to the very heart of the early Christian movement. Simon, now a disciple of Jesus, became one of the 12 apostles. He quickly rose to prominence among them, known for his boldness, his willingness to speak his mind, and his deep devotion to Jesus. Throughout the Gospels, Simon, who would later be named Peter by Jesus, is portrayed as a central figure among the disciples. He was the first to recognize Jesus as the Messiah, proclaiming, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." It was in response to this confession that Jesus gave him the name Peter, meaning rock. Jesus said, "And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." This moment was pivotal. It was here that Peter's role as the leader of the apostles was solidified. He was to be the foundation upon which the church would be built, a responsibility that would define the rest of his life. After the resurrection of Jesus, Peter's leadership became more apparent. He was the one who took charge during critical moments, such as the selection of Matthias to replace Judas Iscariot among the 12. On the day of Pentecost, it was Peter who delivered the first public sermon, boldly proclaiming the risen Christ to the crowds in Jerusalem. His words, empowered by the Holy Spirit, led to the conversion of thousands. Peter's role as the leader of the apostles was not just about authority. It was about guiding, teaching, and shepherding the growing community of believers. His leadership was characterized by a deep commitment to spreading the message of Christ, even in the face of persecution and danger. As the Christian movement spread beyond Jerusalem, Peter's mission took him to different parts of the Roman Empire. He preached in Samaria, Lydda, Joppa, and Antioch, among other places. But it was in Rome, the heart of the empire, that Peter's legacy would be most profoundly established. Rome was the center of power and culture in the ancient world, and it was here that Peter's leadership would be most crucial. The early Christian community in Rome faced immense challenges, including persecution from the authorities. Yet, Peter's presence provided a source of strength and guidance for the believers there. In Rome, Peter took on the role of the first bishop, leading the Christian community with wisdom and authority. His role as bishop was not just administrative, but deeply pastoral. He was a shepherd to the flock, caring for their spiritual needs, teaching them the doctrines of the faith, and protecting them from false teachings. As Bishop of Rome, Peter's influence extended beyond the city. His authority as the leader of the apostles and as the rock upon which the church was built made him a central figure in the early Christian world. His letters, known as 1 Peter and 2 Peter in the New Testament, reflect his deep concern for the believers and his exhortations for them to remain steadfast in their faith. Peter's time in Rome was not without peril. Under Emperor Nero, Christians were brutally persecuted, and Peter himself became a target. According to tradition, Peter was arrested and condemned to die by crucifixion. However, feeling unworthy to die in the same manner as his Lord, Peter requested to be crucified upside down. Peter's martyrdom in Rome cemented his legacy as the first bishop of Rome and a foundational figure in the Christian faith. His death was a testament to his unwavering commitment to Christ, and it left an indelible mark on the Christian community in Rome and beyond. Peter's role as the first bishop of Rome laid the groundwork for what would eventually become the papacy, the office of the Pope. As the leader of the Roman Church, Peter's successors would be seen as the spiritual heirs to his authority and leadership. The title, Pope itself, derived from the Greek word for father, reflects the pastoral role that Peter embodied. To this day, the Pope is regarded as the Bishop of Rome and the spiritual leader of the global Catholic Church. The legacy of St. Peter, the fisherman who became the rock of the Church, continues to inspire and guide millions of believers around the world. St. Peter's journey from a humble fisherman to the first bishop of Rome is a story of transformation, faith, and divine purpose. His leadership, his teachings, and his sacrifice have left a lasting impact on Christianity, shaping the church that continues to stand today. As we reflect on Peter's life, we are reminded of the power of faith and the extraordinary ways in which God can work through those who are willing to follow him.